I represent the Apostolic Faith Mission International Ministries in the United Kingdom, but the Apostolic Faith Mission International Ministries is a worldwide church, but headquartered in South Africa. The Apostolic Faith Mission is a classical Pentecostal church, which was started 2 years after the Azusa revival. It was started by missionaries who came from Azusa in the name of John G. Lake and a team of missionaries who came to South Africa, and they did plant the Apostolic Faith Mission. They were simply using a name that was used at the center of Pentecostalism in Azusa, which is simply Apostolic Faith Mission. And we are indeed the Apostolic Faith Mission, and this particular church has actually grown up to be part of not only Churches Together England, but we are also part of the World Council of Churches. Through the efforts of one of the older Pentecostals who started ecumenism, David du Plessis, from South Africa. He was an AFM minister, and currently our former international president, the Reverend Professor Chipere, is actively involved in ecumenism. And I would also want to let you know that as a classical Pentecostal church, we are very serious about protecting our values and our Christian standards. The way we are also governed is actually according to the Nicene Creed, in the sense that the Nicene Creed was formulated by a council, and our church is run by councils. We have an international council, which is actually composed of country presidents or church leaders or bishops, and then we go to our country leadership. We have what we call a National Workers' Council, which deals with national issues, and we have a Regional Workers' Council, which deals with regional issues, and at an assembly level, we have what we call the AGM, or the Annual General Meeting, where the Board of Elders, including our trustees, have to account to the church on everything that they've been doing. So that's the AFM for your information. And now coming back to the AFM in the United Kingdom, besides doing local missions, we also do foreign missions. We have managed to actually support the work or starting the work in Liberia. And we are now at the level of actually going to introduce them and actually win them to the AFM International in August, because we're going to have an international council which happens every 3 years. So we are handing over this new baby to become an autonomous church in the AFM. But we also started some work in Poland, and we have 4 congregations so far in Poland. I went to make an official opening of those churches, but we also need your prayers, because the process of registration of churches is a bit complicated there. If somebody knows of how we can go about it, please help us. Good. And then we come to our main focus in these few years to come is we want to be an intergenerational church. In other words, we want to apply intergenerational studies, and our intergenerational approach starts at grassroots. At every local church, we recommend that the pastor gives children a service to run on a Sunday, young people a service to run on a Sunday, and the ladies' union a service to run on a Sunday, and the men's fellowship, so that these people are given an opportunity once every quarter, something like that, so that we have a feel of how the children understand church, how young people understand church, and how ladies would also understand church. So at assembly level, that's what we do, and it has worked out very well. And our publicity has become more popular, particularly with young people, because they promote their service on social media. And we've ended up with new people coming to church and saying, we saw your youth activities on social media. And then at national level, we also promote an intergenerational conference. We do a family conference every July. We're going to be we always go to Landud. Is it Landudno or Landunno? I'm not sure what, but it's in North Wales. There's a CYRMRU conference center here there, very big, but of course a bit expensive. But we hire that whole premise so that we have during the day children doing their worship services on their own, the youth on their own, the ladies on their own, the men on their own, and then in the evening we celebrate together as a whole family. So we do that to promote an intergenerational church so that we don't lose any age group in the process by probably just sticking to one way of doing things. That's it. Thank you.